one I picked up. The Barbarian Brothers and the Barbarians. If you like Conan and Beastmaster, stuff like that, you'll like this. Like I said, we all got all these for $2, so this is a pretty good deal because I've seen it online as high as $26, $27. So.
Not only that, but this also stars Michael Berryman, which, if you don't know who that is, it's the bald-headed guy from The Hills Have Eyes. The original Hills Have Eyes Part 1 and 2 is also in this movie, and he has a pretty good size role in the movie.
You can't miss the cover. I remember seeing this too in the old mom and pop shops.
Mm-hmm. It's a great movie too. It really is an underrated, rare gem of a sword and sorcery movie. I love movies like this. It's right up my alley. I love Conan, Sword and the Sorcerer, Beastmaster, Deathstalker, all those movies I love.
He just likes the muscles.
It's got some pretty hot chicks in it too.
But barely clothed, ain't they?
I remember the Barbarian Brothers being in that one comedy.
DC Cab.
Well, he's in DC Cab.
He was in DC Cab, and he was in Double Trouble, a comedy, and about truckers, and it was like Lucky Rabbit and Treat 'em Good, Yogi Berra, Knock on Wood. And I mean, as a kid, every time I watch it after school, if I was skipping school that day, I'd be like watching it early morning.
Let's see. Next on the list, a movie I've been looking for a long time. I saw this movie years ago, and I really liked it. It's really creepy, and it's a movie. It's, as far as I know, it's never been put on DVD, and it's pretty hard to find on VHS. So I was real happy to find this. It's Jeff Goldblum and Mr. Frost.
And I seen one of them on half too for like $38.
Really? Yeah, these are pretty hard.
They said it was rare on there, or whoever was selling it, you know.
If you can see the front of the box there, it says he hasn't spoken a word in 2 years. No one knows his identity. Officially, he doesn't exist, but 24 corpses do. You call evil by its proper name, Mr. Frost.
And it ain't Jack Frost.
No.
The funny thing was in the store, remember? You said, there's one movie I'm really looking for. It's called Jack Frost. I mean, no, it's Mr. Frost. That's what you said. As soon as he said that, I turned my head and I looked and I seen it on the side there. And I'm like, here it is, man. He was like, oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
So
about had a happy accident.
Yeah, when he got excited. He started shaking like
Beavis. I always liked Jeff Goldblum in that remake of The Fly. When they remade The Fly.
Excellent movie.
And then I also like that he's on Criminal Intent now, and he's taking.
I've always liked Jeff Goldblum. Everything I've ever seen him in, I really like. So he's always done a really good job.
You want to do this one right after or at the same time?
Oh yeah.
We'll do this one together.
Yeah.
Because we got the same movie here, and it's got different covers though. Sleep Stalker. It's got 2 different covers we picked up. And we thought it was like the second one or whatever, but if you flip it around, it's got the same back to it, so.
Pretty much.
Evil Never Dies. That's where it said it like that underneath it. I thought it was like a second part. I've never seen this, but I remember his cover out at the old mom and pop shop, so I don't never remember this one.
Evil
so
Never
tell
Dies.
us if you know which one's more valuable.
Is this?
Who knows?
It's like telling him, it's like this one could be worth $500 for all I know.
Yeah, you never know. He said, well, I'll take this one, you can take that one, so.
Yeah, so I saw this movie years ago when it first came out back in the mid-90s, and I thought it was really cool. I was really impressed with it when I first seen it. It was
just like the Sandman, Spider-Man, ain't it?
It's pretty much only he's a serial killer with the same type of powers. That he can transform his body into sand. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. It was different. So I was real happy to find that.
Evil Never Dies. It just gets a new cover.
It's a new cover. Next one, Maniac Cop 3, right there, buddy. I ain't seen the first 2. I wish they had them. I was trying to find them, but I don't know. These might be one of them types of movies you don't really have to watch the first 2. I don't know.
Actually, you do.
You do? Well, some of them, yeah. It's pretty cool cover though.
I've got part 1, 2, and 3, and I love the Maniac Cop trilogies. But part 3 does pick up where 2 leaves off, so it does help to see the first 2. You don't necessarily have to see the first one, but it would really help if you watch part 2 before you watch the third one.
I've seen the first 2 on half pretty cheap, so I'll probably end up getting them before.
They're great.
I
love.
I've got like 40 movies to watch, so.
I saw Maniac Cop 2 before I saw part 1 and 3, so I really like the Maniac Cop trilogy. The next one on my list here is, I really loved part 1. I thought part 1 was great. but I'd never seen the second one. I'd wanted to find the second one for a really long time. Of course, Scott recommended it to me. He said the second one was a great sequel, and that is the sequel to The Hidden.
And right here is The Hidden.
He's got part 1 and I got part 2.
And he got part 2 there. I just remembered that. So go ahead and get that one knocked on out.
Is there a part 3?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
There's no-
Okay.
But they just put these on DVD, or at least the first one's on DVD, or is it like a double pack?
I think it's a double.
Yeah, you can get 1 and 2 together. So.
I think.
But we got the old classic going on right here. VHS, $2.
So I was real happy to find part 2 because I really have been wanting to see the sequel for a long time because I really enjoyed the first one.
Of course, the covers have probably changed, I'm sure.
I always thought Jason Goes to Hell was kind of like a knockoff of Invasion of the Body Snatchers / The Hidden. You know, it was more like a sci-fi movie instead of a true Friday the 13th movie. I think that's why a lot of people didn't like Jason Goes to Hell. It was too out of whack with the rest of the series. It felt more like a sci-fi movie. But I always thought that it kind of took elements of from the Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Hidden instead of Friday the 13th.
But in that scene where Jason, where Freddy Krueger reaches up and grabs Jason's head and drags him to hell. I mean, that's the best
That was the best part in the whole movie.
That's the best part. In Humanities, Part 2. I don't even remember seeing these, but Eddie says they're like Traces of Death, Faces of Death, all them kind of movies. Of course, there's the back of it.
As far as I know, there was only 2 parts done to it. Back in the day, first there were the Faces of Death, and then they came out with the Traces of Death, and then they came out with Inhumanities, and then there was even a series it was just called Death Scenes. And I remember renting these back in junior high. Me and my buddies would go rent these after school, and we'd come back to my house and watch these, and we would just watch them and laugh.
A dark sense of humor.
I know, I'm morbid. I have a morbid personality and a morbid sense of humor.
Oh,
But
yeah, the guy's head got cut off. Look at it. It's funny.
we would just sit back and just have fun with these, and they were great. We would just sit back and just have a good time watching.
Just like Beavis and Butthead. Waiting for something to blow up. But that was a good find right there. Eddie found that one for me and passed it on. So
This movie here I have not seen. It's been out for 100 years. And I really like Michael Keaton too. And for some reason, throughout the years, this one just kind of slipped through my fingers, and I've never gotten to see it. And I've always heard it was a really great movie. And I'm finally going to sit down and watch this. I may watch it tonight. Is Pacific Heights with
I've never seen that one.
Michael Keaton and Melanie Griffith.
There's a lot of these movies we picked up I ain't seen, so I can't say a whole lot
Matthew
about it.
Modine.
I'll just let it go to Eddie, and he'll make up something. He don't care if he's seen it or not. Oh, this one's awesome. Pick it up.
Hey, Michael Keaton was Batman.
Yeah,
He kicked
he
ass
was
as
Batman.
Batman.
I know
They-
that.
they
And
say-
Mr. Mom, too.
They say Michael Keaton's pretty badass in this one.
Every one of them's got to be psycho eventually in some movie. Just like, what's his name? Robin Williams in that one movie he was in, too. That one photo, or a photo one, or what the hell was
1
that
hour
movie
photo.
called?
1 hour
1 hour photo.
Yeah,
Did
he
you ever
was
see
nuts, man.
Insomnia?
I've seen
man.
that. I've got that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
seen
he was
that.
pretty. He was pretty creepy in that too.